guys, help Jay out. Help Jay out. Help Jay out. Help Jay out. Be a friend. Be a friend. And help her out. Which brings me to our positivity talk. Our positivity talk today is over friendships. So, friendships are something that are pretty daggum crucial in this world and in this life. So, wanted to just talk a little bit about it. I've touched on a lot of these points already, but I kind of wanted to revisit it as like its own separate subject because friendships are really important. Friendships are something that honestly, without it, we wouldn't have survived as a species. There's some pretty monumental things that are stacked up in favor of having friends. So you definitely want to do that. But first off, I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. First off, because that's really stinking awesome. I really love it whenever you guys come out here. This actually makes, believe it or not, the 12th. So now we can say we've done a dozen positivity talks. Ha! This makes 12. So now we can say we've done next week we can say we've done over a dozen positivity talks here on this channel, and I'm just so thankful to be able to be spreading it with all of you all, and just hanging out, and because really the purpose of these talks is to be able to give back to the Twitch community, be able to give back to the gaming community, be able to give back to just people in general. So my hope and my want for this is that if I can make one person's day better, or one person's life better, by just talking about these or bringing it up or having people think of things in a little bit different light, then you know what? It's all worth it. And so I'm hoping that person is you that's out there, each one of you. Yeah, you can always just find me. If you guys are watching this either on because we have this all stored up in highlights on Twitch. We have all of the different positivity talks as highlights, as well as on my YouTube channel. So if you guys are watching this on either one of these, welcome. You can come and hang out with us on Tuesdays for these talks. So just really happy that you all could be here. Really happy that you guys are checking it out, and really happy just to be talking and to be lucky enough to have such awesome friends in the first place, to where I can talk about this from a pretty cool perspective. So I'm very, very lucky in that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And also, I want to address this first. Some of you may be watching this and sitting there thinking, I either have no friends or I can't get friends. I don't have anybody in my life. You may be at that point, right? And I want to acknowledge that, not to say like this talk is meant to say like, oh, this is easy, or this is something that you should, this will guarantee friends or anything like that. First off, for those people who are like that, I want to say that I'm really, really sorry to hear that. If you ever want a friend, you can reach out to me. I love friends. I want more of them, and I want so many more. So I want you to know that I recognize that. I respect you for being honest about that, but also I'm going to provide just a couple different ideas and perspectives that might be able to help. So I'm hoping to be able to not only develop friendships, but also help you all with your friendships and your life as well. So, because friendships are crucial. So, positivity in friendships, right? One of the things that just kind of comes to mind immediately, right? Like, I'm going to go ahead and grab the low-hanging fruit right from I always do this, grab the low-hanging fruit, and it looks like I'm being totally inappropriate, right? It's silly. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab the low-hanging fruit and grab it and talk about it. Like, whenever you think about having like good friendships and being positive in it, if you're in a positive state of mind, like a positive state of mind naturally attracts people to you. Okay, whenever people see that, honestly, it's in our nature to want and unfortunately, it's in our nature to want and covet something that someone else has that we feel that we don't have, right? So if you see someone who is extremely happy, extremely grateful for their life, extremely this huge positive influence, right? You naturally gravitate towards that because you want that in your life. And so whenever you all go out there, if you are being positive in that front, you are going to naturally attract people to you to be friends. I'm not saying that they will be friends. I'm not saying like you need to be friends with every single person, because honestly, like one of the big things that you need to do when talking about friendships and when developing friendships is you need to evaluate your feelings as it's going on, but you also need to be thinking about the person as a whole, because like positive friends will ultimately like encourage, push you, be supportive throughout your life. they're going to make you the best person that you can possibly be. However, if you have someone that is a bad friend, they can ultimately do some pretty big emotional damage. And so you want to go through that with, not necessarily that you need to like keep your guard up to where like nobody can, like not let everybody in or not let anybody in to be your friend, but you just need to be mindful of that, right? Like life is hard enough. Like if you don't have good friends, you'll never make it out alive. All right. And Jay says, don't be a dick. Yes, that does help. That does help. No one picks on each other like friends. Yeah. I'm too young for this stream. Jay. Oh man. But yeah, like, you sit there and you think about all think about this. One of the statements that I loved, and you'll hear me talk about a few of these that are in here, to uplift you, right? To uplift you. And so think about this from another person, right? So if you're uplifting others, if you keep company with people of good quality, whose presence calls forth your best, right? Whose presence calls forth your best, that's a great friend. And that's a good friend that you can be to someone else. Mr. J415 coming in with that follow. Oh my goodness, Mr. J. Please tell me that's Jay's husband, because that would make me so happy. That would make me so happy. And Hot Stuff James, thank you for being so hot and coming in with that follow. Starting the stream off with that fire. Thank you so much for that. So whenever you have those friends that bring out the best in you, these people are the ones that are worth fighting for throughout life, because you're going to have those instances. I mean, you just are. Like, those are things, whenever you have friendships, friendships aren't meant to be this perfect thing that you guys are never, ever going to fight, never going to have these crazy things happen to you. You're never going to like just all of a sudden have this magical relationship, right? There are going to be times, just like with any relationship, that you're going to need to work through, and you're going to want to have those friends that are worth fighting for, and that your friends will fight for you for it. Story Odom, man, guys, thank you so much for those follows. Thanks for coming into the community. I appreciate that. So you definitely want to use wisdom in figuring out each one, right? Like you want to use wisdom in figuring out which friend you want and just the people who you interact with. So like Katie said, that's why you love your math youth group, because it's literally like 30 of us and we all love each other. That's stinking awesome. That's a great community, right? Those are some good friends. I don't know this crazy person, Mr. J. Oh gosh, I love you. I beat Jay to it. Oh my gosh, Katie beat Jay to her own husband's follows. That's awesome. So one of the other ones that I want to talk about too is some benefits that are honestly just health benefits from having friends and being positive in there. You're going to boost your happiness, reduce your stress, improve your self-confidence, your self-worth. It helps you cope with traumas. It helps you take a look at things like with those traumas, those are things like divorce, losing a loved one, like losing a pet, having all these crazy things happen to you, right? Like a serious illness, maybe like a job loss. Like I remember, like, to be completely candid with all of you, like I lost my job a little bit almost a year ago, almost to the day. And so I needed friends. That helped me through those things. And so Harvey with all the ones, cause you number one in my heart, bro, I love you. Thank you for the follow, Harvey. Welcome to the community. So yeah, cowabunga, right, Mr. J? I'm in love with you. Well, thank you, Yabalicious. Thank you. I love you too. So because like whenever you think about this, and by the way, these health benefits are literally you can go to the Mayo Clinic site and look at this. Like I didn't make this up. Like these are things that the Mayo Clinic have shown that friendship has. So it like whenever friends encourage you to change or avoid unhealthy lifestyle habits, such as maybe like lack of exercise or something like that, like these health benefits, friends are going to challenge you to be like, hey, maybe that's not like the thing that you should be doing. Or, whenever you look at that, they're out for your best interest. Like, and that's what's so cool about it, because they're going to push you for that. Not only that, like, leave it work, man. Keep up the fantastic work. AZ, you the man, brother. I cannot wait to see you stream again, because I got a little present for you. I do. It's waiting for you. Did not have friends for about 8 years. I'm sorry to hear that, Fish. That stinks. What changed? What changed after that? Because I think you're awesome, Fish. You've been nothing but kind and nice and courteous and outgoing to me. So I'm super appreciative of that. And so one other benefit that's in there is fun. I mean, honestly, like, think about this. You have more fun, you smile more, you do more activities, you do more with others. It brings out the best in you. Like, time seems to travel away from you whenever you have these friendships coming at you, right? Think about it. The best times in your life. Everybody take a moment. This is a little exercising. Everyone shush for 1 minute. No, keep talking. I love it. I love it. So think about this. Continues to be silent. Nice, Shadow. Smart Sneaker, thank you for the follow. Think about this. Think about your top, like if you had to do a highlight reel of your top 5 events in your life. Your top 5 things that you like about life. Like the times that you think are like, wow, it's amazing. Like, that was so much fun, or that was great, or this was epic. Were you alone? I would literally bet you my bottom dollar that you were with somebody. Right? Because things are better, like, life is better with people. Life is better with friends. And whenever you have those, you're going to have these monumental moments that are basically coupled onto one another, because it's not only just your moment, it's theirs too, and you guys make this beautiful thing. You guys make this beautiful thing. Chrissy, I love you. Congrats on 1,000 followers. I know I told you in your chat, but I want to tell you to it from my face, from my mouth hole to yours. No way! Mr. J! Thank you for the sub! Ah! You're the best! Thank you! Man, thank you so much for that. Guys, that's another sub coming in, and with that sub, 100% of the proceeds go towards Extra Life and help out kids in need. I really appreciate that. Mr. J, you the best, brother. I really do appreciate that. So again, another thing that you can look for whenever you have that fun, and the reason why friendship works so well is because of reciprocity. So there's that big word for you, Shadow. Reciprocity. If you surround yourself with like the people who are classified as like the dreamers or the doers or the believers and the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you. Even when you don't see greatness within yourself, you can see that in other people as well. And whenever you think about that epicness just starts building onto one another, and it just sits there in stacks, right? Because your friends over here are doing these great things, you're doing great things, and then literally a rising tide lifts all boats, right? Like it's crazy, like that, like it's amazing. And so whenever you think, Chrissy, you shut your butt right now. You shut up. You stop it. Ah, Chrissy, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Wing Wing, thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, guys, those are so many subs already, guys. Sub hype. I love you all. Chrissy, you're gonna make me break down and cry. Thank you so much, Shadow and Mr. J and Chrissy, for those subs. Guys, that's 3 subs today. Holy crap. This is a great day. Oh my gosh, all the cute little emotes. All those good ones. And the biddies. Thank you, Katie.
Look, I found a bitties.
Look, you did find the biddies. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you. So, with the reciprocity in friendships, like, good friends help you find important things when you have lost them, right? Like your smile, your hope, your courage. It increases your sense of belonging and purpose. So, like, I'm just, like, right, like, Katie.
Oh, hey. There were more bitties under the bitties.
There were more biddies under them biddies and all the biddies. Thank you so much for those biddies, Katie. And those biddies go to Extra Life, too. Yabalicious, thank you for the follow. Holy crap, the alerts are going crazy right now. Thank you so much for joining the community. Look at all the subs, right? Thank you guys so much for those. Like, sincerely. Like, think about that, right? Like, with reciprocity, whenever you do those type of things, like, that's stinking awesome. I'm so appreciative of that. And I hope that I reciprocate that to all you all in some way, shape, or form. And so, like, whenever you do that, you increase your sense of belonging and purpose whenever, like, whenever you're with each other, right? Whenever you're sitting there thinking about having this reciprocity and like making things go well with friendships, there are a few different steps that I'm going to go and tell you, right? Because I don't like leaving you guys with just, hey, be better friends. Here's some different steps that you can do. So there are 3 main things that you can do that, at least in my opinion, again, right? These are Rufio's tips. Okay, this isn't something that's like science proven or anything like that, but these are 3 things that have helped me in my relationships be able to grow deeper, be able to grow stronger, and to be able to find and to be able to like have friendships that have lasted me for quite some time, and also ones that that I feel are just that they mean a lot. So those better be pumpkin biddies, Toast fam. Leo, did you just scream Leo and your own name is Leo? Because that's awesome. Okay, gonna go play some PUBG, but I'll be like, Chrissy, you just made my day, and I love you. You're awesome, Chrissy. Oh man, you guys are great. Thank you so much for that. To be honest, he's not even subbed to me. Mr. J got me a PS. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Mr. J's awesome. He's such a cool dude. I had so much fun with you guys this past weekend. Sorry, I'm getting off tangent. But so there are 3 things that you need to do, and this is actually 6. So 3 things that you can do to be able to have deeper, more meaningful relationships with friends, right? First is be intentional. So work on your friendships. If you aren't being intentional, so like think about this. Like initiate, lean into it. Like think about this. With your friendships, if you are just wandering around with these friends and just like having a good time, think about how much deeper that would be if you were intentional about being friends with them. Right? Like in anything that you do in life, if you're more intentional about it as opposed to just kind of like letting it fly, right? You're going to make it better. You're going to make it more focused. You're going to make it more honestly, more, I don't want to use like intense because that's not a real good word for it, but it's just, you're going to make it something to where it's going to be a better relationship with friends. And that's so amazing to be able to have that deep, that deep compatibility with another human being. It's great. So first one is be intentional. Second one is be about something, or maybe be about something and being about others, like being inclusive, right? If you come into a relationship like only focusing on yourselves, like take for instance, if I was just being a friend to one other person, right? Like my man right here, Raphael, right? Come here, buddy. You're making an appearance. It's on topic. You were friends. You're with friends. True. They are in the mail. So if I'm sitting here with Raphael, right? Me and Raphael are gonna be friends because he's my dude. He's an awesome guy. We're gonna be friends, but we're only gonna hang out with each other. Okay? We're gonna just spend time together. That's all we're gonna do. Now, while that, and we're just gonna kind of talk about how much awesome how awesome we are, and just kind of chill and relax, maybe play some games every once in a while. If we're not being inclusive and we're not doing something like inviting other people and being about something, like honestly, that's what a clique is, right? Like by definition, that's what a clique is. You're not opening yourself up to others. You're not building other relationships. And while that may be safe, right? That may be safe. Wearing this doll, nice, Jay. Chew. Like while that may be a safe relationship to have, guys, it's not going to be the deep one that you're looking for. There's a quote for you. Not going to be the deep one you're looking for. Wow, this is going downhill real quick, isn't it? But like just remember that a lot of times too in those type of friendships, sometimes it's just about getting a friend so that the other person isn't being alone. And honestly, every person in this world deserves a friendship that someone else is there for that person, as opposed to someone else being in a relationship or a friendship for their own personal gain. Everybody deserves that. And so if you're doing that with somebody else, they don't deserve that, and you don't deserve that from somebody else. Okay? So just remember that. So whenever you do that, just be about something, like be about either others or be inclusive, or just try doing things not just in like a, hey, this is for me with you type thing, right? It's about us, and it's about other people. So think of it that way. Also, the last thing right here. So the third one right here, call out each other's best life. I want to be the guy who calls each and every one of you out for your best life. That's why I say things that are like, hey, don't just be this friend with somebody just because, right? Like I could easily be like, hey, just go and get friends. It's going to be great. No, I don't want you just to go get friends. I want you to go and get the right friends, right? If someone asks me my opinion on something, I'm going to tell you the truth because that's my opinion. And if someone asks me a question or something like that, like, or if I see a friend kind of being like, hey, I think this is right, but it's kind of wrong, like what they're doing, I'm gonna call them out on that because I want them to lead the best life that they possibly can. And while I may be wrong, they may be wrong, whatever the situation may be, it will require encouragement and it will require calling them out with grace and truth. And I know I've said that quite a few times because that's the perfect meaning of love. But if you call out the beauty in each other, oh man. Oh man, it's beautiful. Like if you call out the beauty in each other, it's gonna be beautiful. It's great. So, one of the last things that I'm gonna leave you all with is a quote that I read about it in a book. So this is kind of a cool one. It's through a book called The Four Loves, and so. And one of them that they're talking about is like camaraderie or friendship. And so it starts off here, and I'm kind of paraphrasing it. So don't like look up this exact saying, but basically I'm kind of taking out like things that they kind of go off on a little bit of a tangent, but then they come back to it. So there's this feeling of when you're with friends. There's this humbling wonderment of do I even belong at this table amongst them? Especially when the whole group is together, each bringing out that which is best, wisest, or funniest in all the others. Those are the golden sessions when the 4 or 5 of us walk to our inn with our slippers on towards the fire and our drinks at our elbows. When the whole world and something beyond the world opens itself to our minds as we talk with affectionate love. Life couldn't have given us such a gift that we didn't deserve. Be a great friend, because throughout life there are things that I've learned. There are friends that have come and gone. Life has taken us and this is me talking. Life has taken us many different directions, geographically, socially, beliefs, etc., just whatever you want to call it. But one thing remains true, okay? We still love one another. We are made for community and friendships. Without them, we wouldn't have made it like as a species, like I was talking about earlier. Friendship is one of the things that is in this world that is worth more than the sum of its parts. One person plus one friend does not equal 3. Okay, it equals so much more, right? And here's the statement that I'm going to leave you guys with. We may die alone, right? We each die alone, but we all live together. We live together. That right there is your positivity talk. I love the fact that you're in here, Leo, and